Why am I getting ghosted? Why am I getting instantly rejected? Why isn't my resume getting attention? I can't seem to get any calls back for these interviews that I'm trying to get. What am I missing? What's wrong with me? If you're finding yourself asking these same questions, you're in the right place. Welcome to Hire Me Pls. I'm Gemma Lopez, your go-to career coach and recruiting expert. And in this podcast, I'm pulling back the curtain on what it really takes to succeed in today's job market. What worked in the past won't cut it anymore. So I'm bringing you myth-busting episodes. I'm debunking bad advice and giving you actionable steps to help move forward. So say goodbye to job frustration and hello to a career that makes you excited for Mondays. Whether you're feeling stuck or ready for a change, I'm here to help you navigate this job market with confidence and land a role you'll love. Hey everyone, welcome back to Hire Me Pls. I'm Gemma, your career coach, and today we're diving into the third step of my coaching framework, strategic planning. Have you ever felt like your goals are too out of reach? Or that there was just no way that you could achieve them? Or maybe you forget about them midway through? What if I told you that there's a way to achieve more in just 12 weeks than most people do in 1 year? Now that you've set your goals using the GROW model, the WOOT model, or your own approach, it's time to get serious about creating a detailed plan. Today, I'll be sharing a game-changing system that I use personally, the 12-week year. This framework, it's inspired by the book, The 12-Week Year by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. And it's designed to help you work in shorter, more focused cycles. So if you want to dive deeper, I highly recommend picking up the book. And I'll put the link in the show notes. So why is strategic planning essential? Well, picture this. It's January, just a couple months from now, and you're bursting with motivation to make this your best year yet. But fast forward to June, and you realize that you've barely scratched the surface of your goals, or you haven't done anything at all. Does that sound familiar? Well, this is where the 12-week year can change everything for you. So instead of setting daunting annual goals that easily lose steam, the 12-week year focuses on 12-week cycles. And these shorter bursts create a sense of urgency. They keep you laser focused and motivated. So you're no longer waiting until next quarter or next year to evaluate your progress. You measure and adjust every 12 weeks. You celebrate wins more often, and you just keep moving forward. And it's almost too simple that it's like there's no way if you use this system that you won't achieve your goals. So here's how the 12-week year works. Instead of thinking about what you want to achieve over the next 12 months, think about it in terms of the next 12 weeks. What are the 2 to 3 most important goals that you want to focus on? And keep it simple. These should be your top priorities, not like an overwhelming list of everything that you would like to do. And if you're someone who likes structure, who likes putting things down in a planner, like pen to paper, there's a tool that I love called the Full Focus Planner. It's by Michael Hyatt. And that can be incredibly helpful for breaking your goals into quarters. And I love to also first write it out. I'm a little over the top with it because I feel like I really, really take my goal setting seriously because it just that's how I create and how I complete things. And I have a system where I kind of brainstorm and then I write these out in the planner. And then I, from there, block the time out in Google Calendar because I like to time block. So, but if you want to just like kind of write down the goals and structure them in kind of like planners, then I highly recommend the Full Focus Planner. And I'll also put the link in the show notes for that. So once you have your quarterly goals, break them down into weekly action steps. And honestly, I swear by my focus planner to keep me organized. There is a digital version and there's a lot of other ways that you can do it as well, but that's how I'll break mine down and just focus on what you need to accomplish each week to move closer to your goals at the end of those 12 weeks. And each day, you're going to create a daily plan where you focus on tasks that align with your weekly objectives. And your daily actions should have a direct impact on those bigger goals. So imagine waking up every single day with a clear plan. You're knowing exactly what to tackle to move the needle forward. And you just know that it's inevitable that you're going to reach your goal because you're constantly like thinking about it, reiterating things, testing things, changing things, and working on things. And at the end of each week, you're going to review your progress. Are you on track? Do you need to make adjustments? And this regular check in keeps you accountable and ensures that you're always moving forward. And then at the end of the 12 weeks, you would just evaluate it at the end, reflect on your progress. Did you reach your goals? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? Use these insights to plan your next 12-week cycle and keep building momentum. So I'll share my personal experience with the 12-week year. So people often ask me how I'm able to accomplish so much when they cannot find either the courage to start or the motivation to start because their goals feel so daunting. And honestly, I've never really thought about it. But when I did sit down to think about it, I was like, oh, it's my system. Like the 12-week year, it's my system. It truly is. Before I discovered this approach, I had tried everything. I tried checklists, New Year's resolutions, keeping a massive list of goals, kind of separating my goals out into categories, but no matter how hard I tried, I'd always end up feeling scattered and overwhelmed. My to-do list seemed endless. My motivation fizzled out really quickly on certain items and certain tasks. I'd start strong in January only to lose steam a few months later. And I'd end the year with either things that I didn't even start, I didn't even pick up, or it was all half finished projects. And I felt bad about it because I'm like, man, I'm not accomplishing the things I want to accomplish. And it's not that they're not important to me, but I wasn't just making it easy for myself to incorporate working on the goals in my daily habits, my daily routines, because they were just so big. I never really took the time to break them down. So when I switched to the 12-week year, everything changed. I was focusing on just the next 12 weeks. That simplified everything for me. So instead of worrying about an entire year's worth of goals, I could zero in on what truly mattered right now and prioritize them. So it was just so much easier to stay on track because I was only thinking about a short time frame, which then made every single week feel important. And the system forces you to prioritize the needle moving activities that drive success. You're not busy with endless tasks that don't really matter. You're focused on actions that have a real impact. So, breaking down my goals into quarterly, monthly, weekly, and even daily steps, that made the process feel much more manageable. I could see it. I could see the progress I was making. I was able to celebrate the small wins, which kept me really motivated and wanting to just continue to keep knocking things over, keep going. And living a life a quarter at a time, that has helped me stay committed and avoid distractions. I no longer get caught up in shiny objects, side projects that pull me away. Sometimes I'm not perfect. I'll scroll and have days where I'm just not that productive, but I know exactly what I'm working on every single week. And that clarity helps me move forward with purpose because by the time those 12 weeks are up, I've made meaningful progress and I'm ready to set new exciting goals for the quarter. So I'm able to really give myself space in my calendar and just really, help me stay accountable. And that's why the 12-week year matters because it gives you a clear time-bound roadmap that keeps you accountable. Instead of spreading your goals out over a year where it's easy to lose momentum, you're focused and you're more focused in sprint work Instead of spreading your goals out over a year where it's really easy to lose momentum, you're working in focused sprints that keep you energized. And because you're checking in with yourself regularly, you can always adjust quickly if things aren't working. So this method isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter, and it's designed to help you achieve more in less time without burning out. So take a moment and think about the goals that you've set for yourself or that you want to set for the upcoming year. Could they be broken down into 12-week cycles? What could you accomplish in the next 12 weeks if you really focus on just 2 to 3 key goals? And that's it for today's episode on strategic planning and the 12-week year. I challenge you to really give this framework a try, especially if you've ever felt overwhelmed by long-term goal setting, or you don't like goal setting, or you just don't really know how to break down your big, hairy, audacious goals. Breaking your goals into smarter, focused cycles can make a huge difference in your motivation and how much you accomplish, and also just your self-esteem and self-confidence. And remember, you're capable of achieving more than you think. With a strategic plan and focused efforts, your dreams and your goals, they're not just possible, they're inevitable. In our next episode, we'll explore implementation, putting your plan into action and staying consistent week after week. And if you're enjoying this season, be sure to subscribe, share it with your friends, and join me next time. You've got this. Hey, friend. If you enjoyed the episode, connect with me on LinkedIn and let me know your biggest takeaway. And if you're ready to take things further and say hello to a career that makes you excited for Mondays, book a 30-minute free career strategy call with me on my website at mycoachgemma.com.